up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on a giant screen with the few colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading
It's
about.
showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
We're delighted to have you with us. They're driving theater.
You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment.
Is pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Hey guys, what's going on, y'all? It's time. It's Monday night. You're tuned in. Welcome back. I don't know.
I don't know what that
Was
is.
that like? Is that the Dino DNA?
Yeah.
Is it that guy? Come on, kids. Today we're going to resurrect some dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we're resurrecting the drive-in speaker box again. Thanks for tuning in every Monday night from 8 until when we're done, usually about an hour and a half. You're going to learn about some movies. We're going to talk about movies. You're going to tell your friends. You're going to like and subscribe. You're going to pass it on. You're going to educate. You're going to edutain yourself with me, the boom operator.
Me, the grit.
That's right. And yeah, so we've already got some folks up in the Facebook chat. Shout outs to Dina. This should be interesting. She says she's drinking gin already. So we've got some listeners that are getting turned, and we hope that you guys are gonna have a good time with us tonight.
Is that a thing that people still say?
Turned?
Yeah.
I mean, why do words go out of style? Why can't we just say, like old stuff like jive talking and tallywhacker and
Okay.
I
like how that's the one that hits you first. You're like,
well,
yeah,
because
you've had that in the pocket waiting
that's
to
a
use
good
that one.
word that, you, sir, do not ever expose your tallywhacker, sir. I don't know. It's just a fun word. Compliments on your shirt already. Like,
Oh, how about that? Yeah.
Everybody likes Powerline.
I found this and I was like, well, I have to have it. Got to have it because I'm about that power line.
Of course. Who doesn't like Powerline?
Eye to Eye, sang by Tev Campbell.
And performed the dance, The Perfect Cast.
Mm-hmm.
Maxie?
You know how many times I've tried to learn the perfect cast so I could be
So you could go
super
fishing
cool.
better?
No, so I could be a super cool power line guy.
Yeah, I would love to be a cool Powerline guy. I don't know how you're going to get your hair into that soft serve, crooked hairdo thing.
You know what I really want to do for one Halloween is get a prosthetic.
Be
and
Powerline?
Be Powerline.
Can you
Yeah.
be Powerline?
Yeah.
Please.
I'll have to lose a lot of weight and get really good at dancing.
Johnny Dalton, happy birthday over there. I didn't know it was your birthday today. Well, happy birthday, man. Shout outs there. He says we should do a live commentary for Attack of the Clones tonight. We're going to earmark that one, but we're going to go back. We're going to go back and revisit that as a late, belated birthday gift
We can
at some point in the future.
We can do the abridged version. Anakin's moody. There's a worm that tries to kill Padme. Lightsabers, death sticks. Bug planet. There's my boy Kit Fisto showing up. Kiadi Mundi does some cool stuff. And Jango Fett's dead. Yoda has a lightsaber. The end. Tune in next time for the worst movie ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dude, we should do that more often. There's your commentary right there. Happy birthday. All right. Well,
Oh, and E.T. shows up. You have E.T. in the Senate. That was in 2, right?
E.T. was in the Senate?
Yeah, in 2. It was in 2.
Like actual E.T.?
Yeah, there's the
Like,
E.T.
ouch, E.T.?
Yeah, there's the E.T. consulate and all the aliens.
I didn't catch that one.
Same birthday as Jonathan Frakes. Hey, that's pretty cool. Talking about Star Wars, but you're bringing up Star Trek.
But anyway, what are we going to talk about on the show? We're going to talk about stuff today. We saw a new movie in theaters. I wanted to go catch Where'd You Go, Bernadette, but I couldn't catch it, and I couldn't find it at a time that was convenient to me. Apparently no one else did either. Poor Richard Linklater. This movie's kind of getting panned left and right. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but not review it. But we did both independently go see Good Boys. So we're going to be talking about that later in the show, so stick around for that. But let's just do the normal weekend news. There's some news that happened, you guys. Some new trailers that dropped. I don't know if you saw the trailer, the new one that dropped called Underwater from 20th Century Fox, starring old Kristen Stewart, which very much sort of reprising a hybrid role of Sigourney Weaver in Aliens, but this time in the Abyss, and this time the aliens are even meaner.
But the aliens weren't mean in Abyss.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They're meaner than those aliens. They're like angry, like trying to get you.
Because the only time the aliens got mean in Abyss is when they were trying to dick with them, and they're like, okay, you know what? Your planet, tidal wave everywhere, entire planet, suck it. And they're like, Ed Harris was like, yeah, but I'm breathing liquid. I'm like you. Don't do it though. And they're like, okay,
Tough.
Tidal wave over.
And they sucked it back in.
Yeah.
Abyss aliens.
Abyss is a sweet movie.
Abyss is a sweet movie. Shout outs to James Cameron. What you know about it. Anyway, let's see here. If you've not seen the trailer, Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart. She is in this film. It looks just like Underwater Aliens. 7 miles below the ocean surface, to the bottom of the ocean, they drilled and unlocked something. Something awakened. What is it? Monsters, probably. And they're down there in a submarine environment with pressure suits that can walk on the sea floor because technology, and monsters are afoot.
Just don't sink through the layer and end up in Megalodon
territory. The Meg. Yeah, that would be bad, because I don't know how fast you're going to get Jason Statham on call to come swim down there and punch a megalodon in the beak, but I'm sure, and that was his last job anyway, so I don't think he's going to do it anymore. Another trailer that I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know if you've seen this one. It's from A24. Of course, I really like everything that A24 has been putting out lately, but from one of the team that brought us Swiss Army Man, which I don't know if you saw that one.
No, I never did, but you
glowingly reviewed that film.
Daniel Radcliffe taking on those weird roles so that people don't just pinhole him as
Harry P.
Harry Potter. Yeah, but he always does really good.
He does. Daniel Radcliffe is awesome. But Swiss Army Man, really loved that movie. But this is a new film called The Death of Dick Long. It's short for Richard. And and anyway, it's just this. If you've not seen the trailer, it looks pretty interesting. Kind of one of those dark comedies where everything goes bad, kind of a la Very Bad Things. It's like everything starts great, but then things keep spiraling even worse, out of control. And this group of friends, like, hey man, you don't go get weird, is how the trailer starts, which, I've got friends that say that, and going out doing a redneck night of fun that someone dies in, and it becomes this sort of small town, oh crap,
like I don't know what you did, like I know what you did last summer type thing,
without the guy going around killing everybody that knew what they did last summer.
But that's how that one started, right? They're like, let's go do something stupid, and then they run someone over. They're like, oh no, you ran over this ugly Fisher character.
Was a little too stupid.
Forget it.
Do you remember? Not to go back to Creepshow, because we talked about it last week and I think the week before. But there was that bit on Creepshow, the "Thanks for the ride" lady.
Not to go back, but let's go.
But yeah, and it's very much like I Know What You Did Last Summer. They hit this hitchhiker dude, and she keeps seeing this dude like in every form of decay, because she sees him. She's like, I thought I hit you, and then she hits him again, and then he keeps appearing down the road, and then she hits him again, and he's like even more like, and then at the very end of the short, he comes out of the bottom of the car and he's like, thanks for the ride, lady, and he like kills her. But anyway, it's pretty awesome. Catching up on the comments. Let's see, what are we talking about? We got Vince talking about Rob Pat, Twilight. No.
You mean future Batman?
Yeah. Miss your licensing for musical interludes. Yeah, same. I miss musical licensing. But anyway, Death of Dick Long looks pretty interesting. A24, I'm about it. Another trailer that looked pretty interesting. I don't know if you've seen this, but it is coming on the heels of Franco's success with the movie he did about The Room. Which, if you've not seen it, whatever. But this is an adaptation of the novel Zeroville, which I want to say came out in the early 2000s and is about like the kind of 1970s film. When the film world changed, like Hollywood changed a lot in the 70s, and it's kind of like this weird story of that, and Seth Franco, of course, starring in the lead role as well as directing, and of course bringing his friends Seth Rogen, Craig Robinson, Danny McBride to the table.
James Franco.
What did I say?
Seth Franco.
Well, it's the same. It's basically the same. Like they're gonna have a baby one day, and it's gonna be Seth Franco. So, yeah. Anyway, it's called "This Is the End," or not? Excuse me. God, see, it's the writer. It's the crew from "This Is the End" bringing in. It's called Zeroville, based on the novel. The trailer looks pretty interesting. Again, one of those like weird. I love letters, but also hate you letters to old Hollywood, and the trailer looked pretty interesting. So check that one out if you wanna see that. In other news of things that we're not gonna see, did you hear about this? Neil Blomkamp?
Oh, not getting dropped from the RoboCop thing?
Or getting dropped from the RoboCop thing. He's gone. He's not pilot in this project. We've been looking forward to the reboot. Well, not reboot, but sequel to RoboCop.
Looking forward is.
I like Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah, but remember the last RoboCop movie that came out?
That wasn't Neil Blomkamp.
No, but it was like
that didn't count. Didn't count.
Why make more RoboCop?
They were remaking it. This is a sequel.
Does it have Peter Weller in it?
It was supposed to.
Because if it's not Peter Weller, RoboCop.
It was supposed to have the original costume too, and Peter Weller.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blomkamp. Now you're in, right?
I mean, yeah. I would watch that.
Exactly. Well,
with authentic Murph.
So MGM Studios decided that they just can't wait any longer for Neil Blomkamp because he is working on some other projects, and they're like, all right, well, we got to get this thing done. We got to get it out there because RoboCop is trending online. So we got to rush it. We got to rush it because people are probably going to forget. And money.
RoboCop has been trending since RoboCop.
Yeah,
like RoboCop is always cool.
RoboCop is eternal.
Yeah,
and I feel like I had a hand in that. But RoboCop is eternal, and so MGM.
I have RoboCop music going in my head right now. Bum 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 bum.
Dun, 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 dun.
Blowing away Red Foreman, and yeah,
and taking off. His gun's like this.
Yeah, yeah, and it like into his leg holster. Yeah, his leg is a holster.
What did he say? Cool. He's like, serve the public, protect us, something, trust, shoot off the dicks. Like, yeah, that's what he did.
RoboCop rules.
RoboCop does rule. But anyway, he's off the case, but we're still going to get the movie, and it's going to suck butt. It's going to be a flaccid, bullet shot up wiener. It's just not going to be good. It's going to be bad. It's going to be doo-doo fart.
Vince, I miss talking with you after the show on old Periscope too, bud. But, you can't say the only thing that hurt RoboCop was the last movie. A lot of people, for some reason, I don't understand, don't like RoboCop 3.
How did I know you were going to say that one?
I'm about that jetpack.
Jetpack RoboCop? It did make the action figures more fun.
I was about to say, did you have any of the toys? Because I had all of them.
I didn't. I'm not on RoboCop 3 camp. I'm sorry, dude.
Bro, jetpack.
I mean, yeah, I liked Rocketeer plenty.
Which one is the one that has the evil child genius butthole kid? That's 2, isn't it?
Probably. Yeah. Butthole kids. Is that an evil genius?
Or maybe it's 3. One of them has the evil kid. The other one has the little girl that like programs the walker. She's like, let me plug my John Connor ATM machine into this robot foot. Now it's a puppy.
I've got a 3.5-inch floppy that's going to really save the world. Dude. I remember 90s internet. God, it was so good. The things that you could do with like sticks of gum and wires and like a payphone. Like
MacGyver.
Yeah, well, they like get a payphone and they're like, and they'd hold something up to it and they go, they go, "We're in!" And then they'd somehow like open up a door across town from a payphone by dialing "Help Me Rhonda" on the keypad. They're like, "Doot doot 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 doot." That's Short Circuit too. Never mind, that's a different movie.
You're talking like hackers, where they're
No.
like, we can hack in, and we're in.
And we're in. And like getting in, there's like an 8-bit like steel door that like goes whoosh, and there's a skull going ha 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 ha, and it goes and they go, yeah, we
man.
beat the defense.
That's way
Like,
90s.
God, like I want that internet again. Can we have it back, please? No.
That never existed. That was just in terrible movies.
Oh, God, it was amazing. Virtuosity, get me more of that. Speaking of things coming back from the 80s and 90s, everything, by the way. I tried to watch the new Rocko's Modern Life film that was on Netflix. I only got partway through so far. I mean, it was definitely a nostalgia trip. Wasn't bad. I didn't finish it, so I'm going to save that review till next week. But Kevin Smith announced this week that he is making a He-Man-anime for Netflix.
I saw that and I hated it, and now I just hate it more when someone else says it out loud.
He-Man-anime?
No, not that. That's a you. That TM. That's all you right there.
Yeah.
Which I saw that news outlets are using the word Keanu-sans now. That's from your boy
That's from
right here.
us right here
Yo,
driving
that's
Speakerbox.
from me.
And that was years ago. We were talking about get ready for the Keanu-sans. And we called it.
No, but
you guys need to listen to this show more. Tell your friends. We are the Nostradamus of the internet. We are going to tell you what's coming out, how it's going to be, what it's going to do. It's just, is someone writing this down? Where's the whiteboard?
we need to. It's over there.
It's like too far.
We need to get some of those big floppy Nostradamus hats. That'd be tight.
Dude, or like in the World Heroes, that Neo Geo game with Nostradamus, or was it Nostradamus or was that Rasputin? Yeah, he had the big hands. That was Rasputin. Never mind. Another famous doomsday sayer.
But yeah, I'm kind of with Dina here. Kevin Smith can suck it, bro. What's the last good movie that Kevin Smith made?
Been a minute. I did rewatch Mallrats not too long ago though, which was kind of a fun revisit.
I was gonna say Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and now he's rebooting / remaking Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back as a movie making fun of reboots and remakes. So
yeah, the Kevin Smith thing, like
we'll see how that one goes.
I feel like the heart attack changed him. You know,
is that why he lost so much weight and everything?
That's one of the reasons why he has lost so much weight, but still dresses like he's 5,000 pounds.
Wears 7XL hockey jerseys.
Yeah. Anyway, he announced yesterday at PowerCon that he is going to be heading this new Netflix series.
All right, Johnny. Yeah, Zach and Miri was okay.
Yeah, okay. But that's been a long time.
That's true.
It's been a long time ago. What else in the news that we need to talk about? God, there was some stuff.
You know what I saw?
What'd you see?
That I learned about the old-fashioned way by seeing it on a poster or standee at our local movie theater.
What are those?
Dude, get ready. Big time Tamil movie, and I'm so excited because our movie theater is getting it. Saho.
I did see that.
Starring my boy Prabhas, star of Bahubali. And if you've never seen Bahubali, watch it. It's amazing. It's the best movie ever. Two-parter.
When are we getting that?
Saho?
August?
The 28th is when the release is set for it. So, what's that?
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, week
Not
and a
this
half.
week, but the week after. Well, there you go. We'll probably get it at our local AMC. Maybe the the Rogers Malco. The what is it? It's the town Centre, where they spell it with an R and E in the end, with a town that has an E, a towny Centre. So it sounds like more white people fancy, like middle class fancy. It's like just put an E on the end. It's fancy now.
Like Village Inn.
Yeah, you just put in a strip mall, put an E at the end of it, or an R-E, and it's like, oh, let's finish up our meal at Fridays and then go catch a film at the Towny Centre. Anyway, whatever.
Dude,
also,
I'm stoked about this Saho movie.
I'd be stoked if we had a TGI Fridays.
R.I.P.
We could go to TGI Fridays, and then we could go see the Soho movie. Wouldn't that be dope? Wouldn't that be an evening?
We don't have a Fridays or an Applebee's anymore.
I know.
Where do you eat?
I don't anymore. That's why I'm gaining all this weight. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. In other news, Soderbergh news, because I like Steven Soderbergh. He's one of those directors that is always hit or miss because he does big blockbuster garbage to pay for the weird heady shit that he likes to make. But HBO Max, their new separate news service that they're doing that's not HBO Go or HBO, but it's HBO Max, and they're like, yo, dog, we heard you like streaming content, so we're gonna give you another stream so you can stream while you stream, so you can plus while you max. And
does it include
I don't
Cinemax?
know
Because Cinemax had Max Go.
I don't
and
think
HBO had
those
HBO
they're
Go.
competitors. They're not
Are they?
friends.
Are you sure? Because they shared like service.
Cinemax Cinemax is still a thing. Like I get it, Showtime. I still see you Showtime because True Blood. You and me, we had those 6 seasons because not the 7th. But Cinemax is notoriously lived in infamy for being
I like how you were
the
just
place
like,
for softcore
yo,
porn.
Twilight with titties. That's my jam, y'all.
That is my jam. Did you not see True Blood?
No, I saw like an episode.
Shooky. Come on, True Blood was dope.
Those accents.
True Blood.
I can't do it.
The lady that wrote True Blood was from like around these parts.
No.
Dude, vampire,
werewolves, a human that's trying to sex on both of them.
Yeah, and then there was also witches, and then there was fairies, and then there was like
so it got
demons.
Real Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Dude, it was sick. And I thought True Blood was Showtime. Ah, shit. What do I know? This is not like I watched it on those actual streaming services. Are you kidding me? I purchased the DVD box set.
What does
like
Showtime have?
people.
Showtime has like Black Flag or Black Sales.
What? Showtime? I don't know what. I haven't had cable in forever. I do what
you don't have to have
I
cable
go to the
watch
movies.
These, dude. You can watch them on your cellular telephone now.
Oh, do we need to pull up the clip? We need to pull up the clip. Every time I hear somebody say that, we got to pull up the clip. David Lynch movies on cell phones. We got to play this.
Yeah.
We got to do it. It's a public service, you guys.
What you can do, player.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do but shouldn't. Or you go blind. You get hairy palms, and you're gonna go blind. Let's get this clip.
I'm good.
Can we get some audio on this clip?
Yeah.
That's David Lynch.
Experience the film. You'll think you have experienced it, but you'll be cheated. It's such a sadness that you think you've seen a film on your fucking telephone. Get real.
Get real.
There you go. Yeah, thank you, David Lynch. So anyway, HBO Max picking up Steven Soderbergh's formerly secret movie that Meryl Streep's going to be in because everybody loves Meryl Streep. So HBO Max is Warner Media's new streaming service we were talking about, but it's called Let Them All Talk. It's supposed to have Meryl Streep, Gemma Chan, and Lucas Hedges, and a whole lot of other, probably an ensemble cast because that's the way Steven Soderbergh rolls. And I am looking for it. So, on the comments there, Johnny Dalton says Motorola has a projector mod for the Moto Z, so it can project up to 70 inches in like 100 lumens. That stuff does not work, dude.
What quality? You know, like what's the?
It'll be projection up to 240p, 70 inches at 200 lumens. So unless you're like
240,
unless you've got like you're the girls in the movie Descent, like a mile under the earth with no chance of any sort of daylight penetrating the room, and you've got cell service and you want to see it in 240p stretched out as just wider than a Pornhub channel, you're gonna
we're trapped under the earth and there's monsters trying to eat us.
What are we gonna do?
What can we do?
Blow it up to 70 inches.
I got service down here. None of my phone calls are going through. Everyone keeps.
We better watch Endgame.
Screening my calls, but yeah.
We never saw Endgame, so we better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
my dad won't answer his phone. Oh, jeez. Oh, you want to watch Avengers?
Okay.
And then murder.
Anyway, all right. Well, let's talk about movies that are coming out in theaters this week because we could talk about movie news and rumors all day long. But we do have a couple of movies hitting theaters this weekend. One of which I'm very excited about. Mainly, and I don't know why I'm excited about it. The trailer has really hit home for me. I'm about it. I like the visual style. Mainly I think I just like the visual style. And it's not something that you see a lot of, sort of horror comedy thrillers that are tongue in cheek and both violent but also fun. And it is Ready or Not, and it's from directors Matt Bettini-Olfen and Tyler Gillett. These two, not known for a whole lot of stuff, honestly, but if you've ever seen VHS or Devil's Due, these are just a couple of horror movies that they've been known for. And this film, it's got Samara Weaving, Adam Brody, Mark O'Brien. It looks really, really, really fun. This movie, the poster's good. The marketing is solid. It's like one part Clue mixed with one part, generic murder.
So the whole thing is that it's a board game family. The family is rich because of a board game empire, like Parker Brothers or Milton Bradley.
But there's also an ancient curse that they believe in.
That's the whole thing, is that it's emulating all of these games because the family is they have money from their vast board game empire. And
I think that this is going to be a pretty fun movie. So they have to, if you've not seen the trailer, they have to play this game on their son's wedding night, and they sacrifice the bride to save the family from some ancient curse or whatever. Something's just stupid, amazing plot that you don't need a whole lot of expose to figure out like that this is going to be awesome. But it's just going to be one of those sort of the classic girl in a gun scenario where it's like, never underestimate the underdog when, no one puts baby in a corner sort of deal, and everything goes wrong, and it's just a violent, dark comedy of errors. And I think it's going to be good. I'm excited about it.
You know what? That just reminded me of something I missed. I do not have Paramount Channel, so I did not get to see I Am Patrick Swayze yesterday. So
I didn't see it either.
Hopefully I'll get to see that soon because it looked pretty cool. A little documentary about Swayze and
P. Swayze.
Yeah.
Good dudes.
Steel Panther music video. I'm gonna
did the
check
Johnny
that out.
Dalton? Is that the username that made you think about that? The Patrick Swayze?
No, you said no one puts baby in a corner.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, Dalton
from Roadhouse. Anyway, also coming out in theaters, the inexplicable third installment of what was the first one? Olympus Has Fallen, and then it was London Has Fallen. But why did they? I mean, are you sure it was London?
Yes.
So Olympus, then London.
Yeah, because Olympus is the White House.
I mean, I get it, but
and then London was because the president was on an international trip, and they were trying to take out all of these world leaders.
No, I get it, but going with their trilogy of their naming conventions here. Now it's Angel Has Fallen. So I get it. Olympus is another thing for the mountain where the Zeus is at, the president is Olympus, blah blah blah. And then I get it, like Angel. It's like, okay, well he's the guardian angel. So and we're going with a different sort of pantheon here, but still with some sort of but London. I guess we needed a sequel.
Well, that was because Olympus and Angel are like code names for White House and the Secret Service. Yeah.
What's the code name for London?
There wasn't one because it was unexpected. It's London, bro.
Quit trying to defend these movies.
I'm going to go watch it, dude. I'm excited. I liked the first one.
I just don't like Gerard Butler.
Why?
The only movie where I was like...
Remember the Space Station movie?
The only movie that I was like, all right, Gerard Butler, I see you, was Geostorm.
Yeah, that one. That was sick. We had a good time.
We did. but that's it.
What about 300 the first time you watch it? 300.
Yeah, I wish someone had kicked me in the chest and sent me down that well. I could not wait for that movie to end fast enough.
You kidding me, bro?
No, I'm serious.
Dude, 300's good the first time you watch it.
300
after that
is like the plague of toxic masculinity that unleashed upon our planet. It just thrives to this day.
It has Magneto in it.
It doesn't matter what it has in it.
It has old freaking the brother of Sean Bean.
And if you wanted
from Lord of the Rings, you know that guy?
Yeah, Boromir or whatever.
Yeah, Thormir.
No, I mean 300 was also the most terrible like that's not how a phalanx works. Like, if you have any sort of appreciation for ancient warfare.
You can't hate the movie for that because it was like a shot for shot of the Frank Miller comic book.
It is one of many things I can hate that movie
Hate
for.
Frank Miller. I'll let you hate Frank Miller all you want, dude. I don't like Frank Miller.
Yeah, so we can agree on that. 300's stupid, right?
Well, I mean, the first time you watch it is pretty tight. Just the first time.
Yeah, dude. Weird. The line is in the sand. My phalanx is strong.
Johnny thinks that White House Down was better. That's the one with old Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx.
What was the other movie that came out the same year?
That one.
Oh, White House Down?
Yeah.
Okay, so White House is falling down.
Yeah.
Just go watch Falling Down. That's a better movie. Yeah. Just combine them. Falling Down. Yeah. Anyway, so Angel Has Fallen coming out in theaters this week. Secret Service agent Mike Banning coming back for whatever reason, framed for the attempted assassination of the president, which for whatever reason his track record has not. Like, this is another one of those things. It's like that cliche like action movie dude where it's like, your government is against you, and it's like, yeah, we get it. Jason Bourne, we get it. Mission Impossible guy, we get it. Men in Black.
Okay, but slow your roll right there. Is every Mission Impossible movie not awesome?
That's different.
Okay,
that is different.
How?
Because those movies
Tom Cruise
are good.
Yeah, they're the same.
No, they're not even close to the same because those are heists. This is like
every Mission Impossible movie is the same movie though.
Yeah.
And it's sick.
Yeah, and every one of these movies is the same movie, but not
it's the
sick.
Same as Mission Impossible.
No!
Yeah.
There's no like pulling skin off when you clearly are
That's
like
the
4
only
feet.
The Scooby-Doo is the only difference.
And then there's, Gerard Butler and Morgan Freeman aren't jumping out of planes for real and doing these crazy stunts for real. And there's not like just ink pens that turn into like airplanes that they can fly on, and like lasers and string works and like booties, and like none of that is in this movie.
You talking about?
I'm talking about Tom
Cruise.
I'm talking about there's always sexy ladies in Mission Impossible.
I feel like you're talking about Tom Cruise.
Maybe I'm talking about Tom Cruise's butt. I wish that when I become 50-something years old, that I had a booty that looked like Tom Cruise.
After my boy Emilio Estevez is wiped out in the first 5 minutes of the movie, lame.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Well,
I want another Mission Impossible movie.
Mission Impossible is good.
Where's the next one of those? That's what I need.
Of all the things that I'll sit here and spew like nose in the air snob hate on, I like Mission Impossible movies. They are what action movies are supposed to be. That's why I like the first John Wick, man. It's like what an action movie's supposed to be.
Yeah, like Fast and Furious.
Like Jack Reacher, the original, was good. The second one, not so much, because it's what action movies were supposed to be.
The first one is so good, and the second one is so bad.
So bad. It's so bad. Anyway.
I'm going to watch Angel Has Fallen, and I'm going to have a blast.
Well, I'm going to go watch Ready or Not, and you're going to watch Angel Has Fallen. Those are the movies that we're going to review next week. Also coming out that no one's really going to watch, probably, Overcomer. It's another one of those faith-based, churn them outs. And then also Brittany runs a marathon with Jillian Bell, directed by Paul Downs Coltado. It's about a woman living in New York, taking control of her life one block at a time. And one of those feel-good dramedies that you can check it out. Yeah, see, Tom Cruise, 57.
Broke his leg and kept going on the take.
Kept going on the take. dude, I wish I was in that good a shape. Damn, boy.
But what if it meant that you had to be like 4 foot tall? Like Tom
I'm
Cruise?
basically there. So, yeah. I mean, I'll sacrifice a few more inches if I can be like 57 and Tom Cruise.
Yeah, how many up and comers like that old Tom Cruise, an up and comer? How about those up and comers, Gerard Butler and Morgan Freeman in that movie? I'm gonna go watch.
Y'all can shut up. Or check out 5 episodes ago. Anyway, that's what's coming out in theaters this weekend. You can check all those movies out. All right, so that's about the time of the program we need to start talking about a movie that we saw. Because we only have about 20-something minutes left of the show.
Don't need that long to talk about this movie.
No, we really don't. Good Boys. Where do we start? Good Boys, of course, directed by Gene Stupninski. His name looks like stupid, which is pretty accurate.
Good Boys, bad movie.
I mean, this movie, this is kind of his directorial debut. He, has directed a couple of episodes of The Office. And that's about it. It's his feature-length debut. He's produced some stuff. Again, not a whole lot of stuff. Bad Teachers, and he's got Bad Teacher 2 that is coming out.
Wait, there's a second one?
It's coming.
No, that's an awful idea.
Yeah, well, money.
How are they going to bring Justin Timberlake back to it?
Well, money. That's how those things generally go.
I don't want to see a Bad Teacher 2. That movie was not good.
No, it wasn't. And this movie, I don't really know where to begin on this movie.
Well, I mean, there's... Yeah, I mean, it's the same movie that you've seen.
It's the trailer. Like, I guess that's the thing that drove me nuts about this movie. I did laugh at this movie. There are funny parts. There are some entertaining stuff.
Besides Will Forte win. Will Forte was the funny part.
I will say that the main kid, Max, Jacob Tremblay, we're going to see a whole lot more. He's an up-and-comer. We're gonna see a whole lot more of him. He really stole the show. The 3 kids actually had a lot of pretty fun chemistry on screen. Having child actors is pretty hard. We've seen a handful of pretty cool casts of young actors come in from like It and then Stranger Things, but comedy's a whole different ballgame. And Jacob Tremblay, it just knocked it out of the park. And I think the Keith Williams and even the other kid, the one with the earring, Brady Noon, the singer kid.
I meant to stay. I missed it at the end of the credits. Was it actually him that did the singing?
I think so.
All right, that was pretty good.
Yeah. And this movie was the trailer. Like, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen pretty much every bit of this movie.
It was also every other Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg.
Except for not Seth Rogen
movie.
And not Evan Goldberg.
Right, but they produced it, and it just had that same flavor. It is the exact same movie as Superbad. It's the same movie as most of
it's every party drug movie.
Yeah,
ever.
like 21 and up. It's
Project X, 21 and up.
It's the same movie.
Can't Hardly Wait. All of these.
What was that one with the 80s and it had old Topher Grace in it?
Oh, Take Me Home Tonight?
Yeah, that was a pretty decent movie.
That one actually was.
But it's the same story that you get in all of these movies.
We have to go to this party. We're outcasts. Our lives are not going to... We're about to get to the end of this grade and we're going to be nothing unless we go to this party. Because this is where the magic happens.
There was nothing new. There was absolutely nothing different in it. And the whole thing was it was supposed to play on shock value of having kids say cuss words, and it's like, South Park has been out for what?
For a long time.
25 years,
These
not quite
actual
25 years.
Kids, so it was like, oh wow. And for a minute it was kind of funny, but like in fact, most of the jokes that I thought were really funny were ones that didn't have anything to do with all the dildos and drugs that they like,
which was overplagued the movie quite a bit.
Too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we get it, kids and dildos, that's funny, but like I don't know what town they live in where everything is sex dolls and dildos and anal beads and like everywhere on the, I mean, yeah, we have seductions and we have an Adam and Eve store, but it was like every time they turned around, it was like an anal bead somewhere. And I'm like, okay, where are these kids getting all these anal beads?
At the one kid's parents' bedroom.
Apparently so. They're just like on display. It's weird. And so the jokes started to get really old.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. Everything was so repetitious to the point where none of it was funny. And that's why Will Forte was the only interesting or comedic part of the movie for me, is because his part was funny and it was short, and every time he came in it was
pretty funny.
It was good,
because one of the reasons I actually wanted to see this movie is there is an opportunity here for incredibly relatable content, because everyone was a kid, everyone had to self-explore and figure out like the world, and there's a lot of taboo things that you kind of figure out as a kid, and like when you're young, you don't know what all these things are, and you're trying to make sense of it, and there's a lot of fun humor that could have been used, but instead they just went with the same joke over and over and over. And the thing that really pissed me off is at the end of the movie, like the third act was actually good, where it stops for a minute making all these, look at this kid holding a dildo, look at this sex doll, look at these kids with drugs. And I mean, I will say that I laughed a lot when they went to the frat house and shot them all up with but that was just maybe a little cathartic.
It was
for me.
Nothing but Total Recall in
was.
it,
But
you get what I mean by that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But the thing that started to happen was, these kids started to develop as characters, individual characters in this unit of, the
Beanbag Boys.
The Beanbag Boys. And then they start to kind of teeter along the story of like growing up and what it means to have childhood friends and what that means, because there's an inevitability of growing apart and what that means, and dealing with those emotions of like, this is your ride or die, this is your best friend. What happens when your tastes change and you start to grow and then you drift apart? Like, I was like, oh wow, they're about to actually hit some feels for a second, about growing up, like an actual a thing about growing up that we can all relate to. And then right at the precipice of being able to make this kind of a moment, they go, oh, check it out, a sex swing, roll credits. And it's like, fuck me. Like, why did you do that? Why did you, like, you had it in your hands to kind of like stick the landing, but instead you're like, put him in a sex swing. The part that you've seen on the trailer a million times is your final shot. Your final shot of the movie is something that's been in every single trailer over and over and over. Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
I didn't enjoy any of it near as much as you sound to have liked it.
There were fun parts, man.
I laughed once, and I was bummed about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Stephen Merchant was in the movie, and he was very underutilized.
Yeah, he was. His part was totally underutilized.
So they brought in.
There was some bit parts that should have been hilarious.
Yeah.
But they just were kind of.
That's because I've seen it before in all those other movies.
Exactly. And just putting kids on it.
I like all of those other movies, and I don't need to see them done as like a, look at this 10-year-old that talked just the way that you did when you were a 10-year-old, but you never see it in movies.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
like how all 10-year-olds talk. And in fact, I think those 10-year-olds were even more stupid than...
Oh, yeah. No, they were very not bright.
Yeah. And they were just like... I mean, Google is a thing, and they were just like, how do we find out how to kiss? And they Google boobs. Like, that's not what no, that's not, no. Even I didn't even have the internet, and I was just like, yeah, that would have not been, I didn't go to the library and like pull out the Dewey Decimal System for boobs if I wanted to learn how to kiss. Like, come on, get out of here. You're just looking for a good way to get porn on the screen for these kids, to make a joke of them going, oh, why is he kissing her butthole? Like, I'm like, haha, yeah, we get it, porn. Eating ass is really in right now. We get it, you guys. Don't make that face. You're on the internet. Don't act like you've never seen the internet.
Yeah, I'm on the internet, but I'm not like on the internet like you are, bro.
Don't act like you haven't seen what's trending online. Like people aren't out there just eating all of the ass. You know what's out there. Don't.
Google boobs.
And the cricket noise doesn't help either, guys. Y'all are buttholes.
Don't lick us,
eating.
dude. Don't lick us, bro.
Y'all are unlicked booty holes. Jerks. But anyway, Good Boys, it's in theaters right now. We weren't all that impressed by it. People are going to laugh, and by the whole Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel Cinematic Universe has proven, if you go in there and you laugh once, you're going to go, I loved it. It was funny. No, that just because you laugh does not mean it's a great, funny movie. It means that there was a funny part. And, it's just learn, you guys. All right. Well, we're getting to the end of the show.
Yeah.
It's time to give you that box office roundup.
Real quick, you know what other thing I watched this weekend?
I almost forgot.
We finally have access to Zhang Yimou's movie Shadow. Zhang Yimou,
we were excited about that.
Yeah, the writer of House of Flying Daggers and Hero. He directed both of those, and he directed Great Wall that we had watched. It turns out it's not so much a martial arts movie, but like a excuse me, guys, but like a artsy, like epic-y, artsy type movie.
I'm about that.
The whole thing is all black and white. Every set piece, every costume, every background.
But it's not in black and white.
No, the movie's not in black and white, but
the sets are in black.
And it's because it's supposed to be like a Go board. Or like a chessboard for all of you people that don't know what Go is. And so the whole movie are all of these people that are moving against each other, and they're all taking turns.
And white now.
And look at this. Yeah. And it's also something that's yin and yang. And that's like the whole thing about the movie is equals and opposites and opposing forces, male and female, light and dark. And it's actually pretty cool about like rigid and malleable and all of these things. And there's a couple of times where characters get turned to color to show their release from this like chessboard Go board that they're playing on.
You just got released.
Yeah,
to color.
it's actually it was a pretty good movie, but don't go into it expecting a martial arts epic. It's not quite like that on the level of like Hero or anything. It's more of like a make you think movie.
Well, and that director always loves using color as a narrative device.
No, and it does that really well. It does everything like that, and it's also kind of like black and white, like the musical notes. So everything is a duet. Everything's duality. And it's all represented in every bit of the story and characters, and how the martial arts are designed to face one another, because one style is very strong, and to combat it they use something that's very
finesse.
Yeah, bendy, so when he comes in with rigid strength, they like bend to its will so that they can counter it. It's super cool. Very kind of like it gets you, because you're like, oh no, what's going on with that? And then the way that the movie ends too is left there to make you come to your own conclusions and stuff like that. So not like Pleasantville, but
that reminds me of, did you catch the trailer to this an odd sequel? There was an old Russian movie called VIY that it was an interesting movie. Not too bad, made a lot of money in Russia, but they are doing a sequel right now. It's filming. It's coming out in this year, 2019, in Russia. I don't know when we're going to get in the States, but it's called V2 Journey to China. I think the alternate title is Mystery of the Dragon Seal. But Jackie Chan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the last role that Rutger Hauer played, and it looks pretty sick, you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna show the trailer to this here in a minute once we wrap up. But ooh.
I'd been hearing about a Jackie Chan Schwarzenegger collab.
Yeah.
So that's cool to find out what that was actually on.
Yep, it's kind of Russo-Chinese collab that I think is going to be pretty neat. So yeah, if you want to Google it, it's VIY Part 2. It has a couple of different, depending on what part of the world it's going to be released in, it's called different stuff. But anyway, all right, well,
Not like the chess scene in History of the World, Part 1, Johnny.
oh, no.
It's good to be the king.
It is good to be the king. I don't know if those movies would fly in 2019.
No, no Mel Brooks movie
Mel
would.
Brooks would ever make it. All right, well, the weekend of August 16th through 18th, 2019, as all of my dadgum windows start falling apart here. That was weird.
I saw what you're looking at.
Some D&D books.
Tongue and booty holes over here.
Hey, that's a different tab.
Totally D&D nerd stuff.
So we'll start with number 11, actually, because number 11 is Where'd You Go, Bernadette? Opening up at number 11. Ouch. Bringing in $3.4 million in its opening weekend. That is tough.
Where was the advertising budget for that movie?
It was nowhere. But still in 2,400 theaters nationwide, so it did get a pretty decent release there. Number 10, Blinded by the Light from Warner Brothers, bringing in $4.3 million, opening up at the number 10 spot.
That was going to be my alternative. I kind of wanted to watch it, man. It looked like it'd be kind of fun, but I was like, you know what? Feeling a comedy, and I guess
a comedy. You could just walk in and just I don't know, you could just stomach a comedy sometimes. But I wished I'd gone to see Where'd You Go, Bernadette. Number 9, The Art of Racing in the Rain from Fox, bringing in $4.5 million in its second weekend release, bringing it up to $17 million at the box office. Number 8, moving down to the number 8 spot, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, leaving about 1,000 theaters nationwide, $7.6 million in its fourth weekend release. So if you want to catch it, this is probably going to be the last weekend. $90 million budget brought in $114 million domestically. Number 7, 47 Meters Down, Uncaged, opening up at number 7. Ouch. With only $8.4 million return in its opening weekend, although only up against a $12 million budget. So, as horror movie rules tend to apply to this, it didn't cost a lot and it made plenty, so we're probably going to keep getting more of them. Number 6, Dora and the Lost City of Gold from Paramount, bringing in $8.5 million in its second weekend release. $49 million budget has brought in $33.9 million. If you want to check out, you watched that, didn't you? Are you sure? I thought you were wearing a Dora shirt yesterday. I just assumed.
No, I had said that I was considering watching it because nothing came out that week when it came out. But I think that was when I was not feeling great on the weekend and didn't catch a movie.
Dora.
Yep.
Number 5, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark from Lionsgate, bringing in $10 million to the box office in its second weekend release. $25 million budget brought in $40 million. Probably going to secure a sequel on this one. They haven't announced it yet, but it did kind of set it up for one. And there's multiple of those books anyway. And if you want to check out our review of that, you can check out last week's show. We talked about it. Number 4, The Angry Birds Movie 2 from Sony, bringing in $10.3 million in its opening weekend. $65 million budget, too, so it's still got a road to hoe.
This weekend was not good for these movies opening up, man.
Nope, because we still had number 3, The Lion King from Buena Vista, bringing in $12.3 million in its lifeless CGI ugly nonsense, bringing in $496 million domestically for The Lion King. We're going to get a sequel for whatever reason. They're like, we have to do more Lion King now. And
it doesn't work. Nothing about it works. The photorealism of the animals doesn't help convey emotions and stories, and the singing is trash in it, and the audio was bad. And
the only thing that works is everybody was like, well, I have to see it for myself. I have to. It's Lion King.
There were
and so
people
when
that
everybody does that, then yeah, you make money.
There were people that I talked to about it, and they're like, you know what? Your review is the same as everything else online. Everything says it's bad.
But I have to see it.
But I have to.
No, you don't.
No, you're not on the internet talking to people about this like we are. You don't have to.
You don't have to.
I had to.
You can wait for it to hit streaming for free. Or, we don't normally condone this, but there's alternate methods of watching this online. That is not the opinions or what we do here on Driving Speakerbox, but I'm just saying that there's other.
Someone the other day was telling me, they're like, oh, did you know that, downloading stuff the way we used to doesn't really exist, and it's all different and not too. It's really hard now, and I was like, wow, really?
No.
Because I started paying for things. Dude, I started paying for things a couple years ago, and now I pay for everything like a normal pleb.
There's
Boy over
many an easy way to acquire the things that you desire.
Well, I don't have a working PC at home.
Well, that's probably part of the problem. Number 2, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs & Shaw from Universal, bringing in another $14 million, holding down that number 2 spot for third week. $14 million up against a budget of $200 million, only bringing in $133 domestically, although it has almost hit the $500 million mark worldwide, doing way better overseas than it is here, but still doing pretty good here. And the number 1 movie in America opening up with a $21.4 million opening is Good Boys from Universal, bringing a lot of, it's first time that Universal's kind of dominated the box office for 3 weekends in a row because freaking Disney, but it did bring in $21 million against its $20 million budget, so it's okay. It's in the black, and these extra weekends are just going to be gravy. So there you have it. Top 10 movies in America, just over the 1 hour mark. Look at us crushing the game, podcasting it up. Bam! How are you not liking and subscribing? You got to do it, you guys. Come on. Come on. Facebook.com/The Drive-In Speakerbox. YouTube.com/The Drive-In Speakerbox. Find us, like us, share us, subscribe to us on Stitcher, Tuned In, Google Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Go out, get it. It's the best podcast. It's the only podcast. It's one of the greatest podcasts you'll actually, since we've been doing the podcast, listenership has increased to the highest it's ever been. The highest listened to podcast ever.
Shout out to the half dozen out there. Yeah, no, if someone asks you like, hey, what's a good podcast? Be like, you know what?
This one.
There's a couple of dudes just
that know way more about movies than you probably ever will or should. I think 9 out of 10 psychiatrists agree that we probably shouldn't have watched this many movies.
I cut down that review of Shadow and all of the cinematic techniques and things like that. I could have went on for like half hour about all the directorial choices and cinematic techniques, and
we probably could have gone on a half hour
of
just high school comedies throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today that we all liked.
Is my Fast Times box here?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is. It's right there.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
I got it right. It's the red one right there behind Slimer.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, Fast Times
right there. But anyway, so thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you guys next week. We're probably going to be catching Ready or Not, and then which one?
Angel Has Fallen.
Angel, ooh, yeah, that's right. So please like and subscribe, share it. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch you guys next week right here on the Drive-In Speakerbox. Blamo.